Here we go. All right, so we're going to talk about tonight, you guys, just for the next like 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm going to open it up for questions if y'all have any. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but we're going to talk about how to take good care of your customers. So really quick for me, comment in the chat if you struggle with how to follow up with your customers. Be honest, be legitimate about it. Do you struggle with, just so I don't feel like it's just me, do you struggle with knowing what to say to them, how to not be annoying, what to do when they're MIA or they don't respond? Do you guys struggle? And I can tell you right now, I have multiple customers who just won't respond to me. And I used to still send happy mail to them. I used to do these behaviors where I would kind of treat every customer the same and I would give them so many chances. What we're going to do tonight is learn how to cut the customer off of sending them things and putting that energy into those customers, and how to really identify, right? Just like those of you that are leaders, if you're a leader on here, you know, something we always talk about is identifying who to work with, right? That every single team member, you can't spend the same amount of time with someone who wants to be a great certified consultant, which is important, but you can't spend the same amount of time with them as you would with somebody who's a star consultant and wants to be a director, right? And so in saying that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with this customer categorization. And I'm reading the comments. I'm seeing that some of you guys are saying, yeah, you know, some of my customers have ghosted you, you know, and at the end of the day, that can be very, very discouraging, right? It can be discouraging. And listen, guys, it's not just discouraging for you, it's discouraging for your team. Your teams are struggling with a customer base right now. Many of you are struggling with a customer base right now. And more than that, you guys are circling the drain. Literally, I'm just going to be real and upfront. You're circling the drain with the same customers instead of expanding your customer base, figuring out how to do that. And then with the new customers you have, a lot of us are doing the same activities with those customers. So we're still running into a wall with having the join conversation, having the club conversation, having the VIP conversation. So what happens is we end up Scentsy vomiting all over them. And then they're like, it's too much. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is how to take that customer experience and not just giving them a great customer experience. We talk about that a lot, right? If you've been on any Scentsy trainings, they talk about, you know, that the customer is king and that the customer is the most important. Yeah, but also, what does that mean? How do we put that customer into a category that's going to make them want to respond to us? How are we going to put that customer in a category? Hang on one second. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So when it comes to your customer, it is so important for you guys to understand that engagement is everything. It may not be that you're going to follow up with them initially, not even to get a reorder, but to connect with them. So I want to teach you guys how to build relationship, which one thing, if you want to be a leader, and comment in the chat for me if you do want to be a leader, if that is something that you're striving for in Scentsy, because when you have great relationships with your customers, you will then know how to create relationships with your team members. And those of you that are leaders, you know how important it is to have relationship with your team members. You're about to be grounded if you... I am so sorry. I apologize. So what I was saying was, when it comes to your customers and when it comes to how you are getting them to want to buy, host, or join, how you're following up with them initially, it matters. So I'm going to go ahead and share this customer categorization that I've been doing. I'm going to make sure that this is on all of our pages, okay? Y'all nod your head for me if you can see this. Y'all can see this? Okay, great. Let me turn this video game off real quick. There we go. Okay. So this is how I put my customers in different categories to help them. Whoo, my son's going to get so lit up after this call. He ain't even ready. So what this is going to do is this is going to help you not just have a follow-up system. Okay. What I've realized the past 11 years with Scentsy is we're really good at having a follow-up system, but we're literally placing everybody in the same category. And what is the category, you guys? Right? Every 1 month we follow up, then 2 months we follow up, then 3 months we follow up. And what's happening is we're like, hey, do you love your Scentsy? Oh, what do you love? Oh, you could get it free. Oh, like there's a baby buddy out. It's like exploding with no like detailed way in what is going to make that customer tick, right? What is going to make that customer, or maybe they're an MIA customer. Maybe they're not responding to you. Maybe they are not, they don't really care about happy mail. It's just like with a team member that you may be coaching or working with that isn't doing anything. When you continue to work with this category right here, and listen, some MIAers, they just don't want to talk to you. They just don't care about happy mail, but they will reorder. They'll reorder. And some of y'all have had those customers where they're not responding to you, but they're going to reorder. So we're going to go through these categories and I'm going to take you guys into my brain. And what I'm really hoping, especially for the customers or the team members that are struggling with the customer base, I'm going to first say this. It is so important that before you start doing this list, I want you to look at when is the last time you've gotten a new customer? When is the last time you've met 10 new customers? When is the last time you have met 20 new customers? Guys, I met 20 new customers just in November from 2 home parties. So there are several of you guys that that you're in a community where you can find events, you can find fundraisers, you can get plugged in, you can ask based off the categorization of that customer. Y'all are both in so much trouble when I get off this call. Y'all don't even know. Y'all are, I am so sorry, you guys. My kids are like off the chain right now and they keep throwing me off. But normally I'm not scattered like this. But let's go ahead and start with this. So what you're going to do is you're going to clearly write their name down. Okay. So, you're going to write their name down. And again, I'm going to put this customer categorization on the pages. You guys will all have access to it. If you're not on our How I'm Working page, make sure if somebody in the comments could drop that for me. So I'll make sure that this is on the pages, and you guys will have access to it, but I didn't put it on before because I want you guys to really understand how to use it, right? What we don't want is this. We don't want this piece of paper printed out and for you guys to not use it the right way, for you to not understand how to get in the head of a customer. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to walk you guys through how I identify these customers and what I do. Okay. So very simple. If you don't have a customer follow-up system, I do not want you going back through the whole year of 2023 and starting all the way back. I want you to go 60 days back. That's it. Okay. If you have not followed up with a customer and it's been more than 2 months, I'm going to tell y'all the truth about it. If it's been more than 2 months with a customer, I'm so sorry. Some of y'all are texting me. Don't text me, guys. It's coming through my laptop and it's making it loud. If you have not followed up with a customer in 2 months, you do not send them an email, send them something like that. But if you have no relationship with a customer and it's been that long, you can spend that time booking parties, booking fundraisers, finding events, etc. Jesus, is it a full moon tonight? Like, why is this happening? Okay. You could spend that time finding new customers. Okay. So I don't want you to resurrect the dead. Okay. This isn't Jesus. These customers will be fine. I want you to focus on 60 days out. Okay. Do y'all hear me? It's okay to let the other customers go. They can get your emails, those kinds of things. But right now, when you start something new like this and you start a new follow-up system or you start a new way of working, you cannot put the pressure. What I found doing this 11 years, and I guarantee you some of the other leaders on here, Michelle, I saw some other leaders on here as well. It is so overwhelming if you try to fix everything that you've never done. It's impossible. So whether it be your leadership or whether it be your customer base, I want you to let it go. I want you to go 60 days back and you're going to write their names right here. So you're going to write their names. I will post, by the way, the Canva. So that way y'all can edit it. So if y'all need to expand things, by the way, or whatever, just know this can be customizable. But first and foremost, you're going to write their name down. Okay. Now, if this doesn't work for you, okay, if you're more of a techie person, you can obviously make something on Excel and do the same exact thing. Okay. But the point of this is you've got to be so detailed and you've got to make it a habit. So you're not getting discouraged when someone's MIA. You're putting them in that category and you're moving on. You're not trying to save them and be like, why are they not responding to me? Right? Why are they not this? It's okay. They don't want to. If they order again, you can go back by MIA and you can do a check mark like they've ordered, but you've got to figure out what kind of customer it is. And y'all also have to realize that with Scentsy is different. Okay. We're following up. We are sending happy mail. We're making samples. I can guarantee you by a show of hands that almost none of y'all have ever had good customer service. And if you have, it's probably from just a couple companies and they work the way you do, right? Most companies, you order online, okay, and you get your order and you never hear a thing, right? Scentsy is different. So what we've got to do is we've got to be even more detailed going into 2024, because if we're not detailed about who the customer is, we're not going to be able to figure out where they fit, right? Not everybody's going to want to join your team. Quit asking everybody, okay? Not everybody's going to want to host with you. But you know what happens when we don't figure out what category they fit in? Do you know what happens? What happens when we don't figure out what category they fit in is we start vomiting everything. And then some of them do go MIA. Some of them do stop responding. Some of them they do cut us off, because honestly, sometimes we can be so excited. And I want to say this to new consultants. I want you to be excited. You're going to word vomit. I do it all the time. I guarantee you a lot of the other leaders do on here too. But what if we could learn and teach the next generation of consultants, right? What if we could teach the next generation of consultants how to place these customers in categories, how to be so detailed and so specific, so it takes it to another level of every customer matters, right? So you're going to write their name down. You guys can see these categories, all right? So you can see there's a join category, okay? What these little lines are going to be for, right, when you print it out, is join. So for example, okay, I'm going to slowly go through all this. If you have a VIP, okay, and you have already checked that they're a VIP, what does a VIP mean? A VIP means that they are ordering at least every other month to me. If they're ordering every 2 months and their orders are over $50, $75 every 2 months, it doesn't have to be a $100 order. It can be a $50 order. Stop, Cecile. But if it's happening every 2 months and they're a VIP, now you know you're going to put them in the VIP. You're going to put them in the VIP category. And then you're going to find out that VIP I need to have a joint conversation with. Okay. So this is going to help you guys learn that you have to categorize and see how much they're spending, how excited they are about the product. Okay. So let's talk about a customer being excited. So number one, if you are new on here, I say this on almost every customer training I do, but I want to tell you this. Scentsy is different. The customer is king. I want you treating every single customer like they are the only customer on the planet. I want you treating each customer like they are so special and they are so unique that every time they think of Scentsy, they think about you. This is very, very important. And I would much rather have a whole list of people that are VIPs, because I can place VIPs in any of these categories, right? I would much rather have a whole list of VIPs and referrals than just a list of people who like 6 packs of bars. Does that make sense? Because there's a difference in if you treat them like gold and they become a VIP, and listen to me, if you're new, this is how you hook your customer, right? This is how you hook them. When you find out, what are your favorite products? Oh, you don't like wax? Let's talk about the pods. Have you ever tried our laundry care before? I have eczema and psoriasis and it's never irritated my skin. Take a sample. I literally just did these things today at a customer's house. You know what category she's going to fit in? VIP. because I know now, I know the scent she likes. I know what she's into. I can continue to work on her. So when I go back and follow up, so I follow up on Mondays, okay? Get a time when you're going to follow up. This is super important if you're new. I don't care if you're brand new or if you're a superstar director, you need to have a dedicated time where you follow up, because if you don't, this right here is never going to be a detailed, structured, like kind of, I teach a lot on time blocking. And no matter if you're a hobbyist or if you want to go all the way with Scentsy, you've got to time block time for your customers, right? If you can't time block a time for your customers, then what are we even doing? So I want you guys very, very focused on understanding that with this customer categorization, the first thing you want to hook them on is these two. Okay. You want to create VIPs, and you want to tell them what you do if they refer you to people. So what does that mean? A lot of people ask about referral. Referral program is very simple. Hey, you're following up. They love the products. They're super excited, right? All these little cues. They told you that this is the best like Scentsy experience they've ever had, that they love this scent, that they love the diffuser special, etc. You're going to tell them, I'm so glad you love it. You're not going to say you should host a party. Some of y'all are going to get triggered by that because we've been taught through Scentsy to immediately go for a party. You're not going to say that. What you're going to say is, I'm so glad you love it. We always have limited edition scents come out, or we just had the washer with bring backs come out, or whatever they bought. You're going to be very intentional. This means you have the order history pulled up, their orders pulled up. If you struggle, okay, with getting sidetracked, okay, I want you to pull up their orders first. I want you to print their orders off. So as you're following up with them with this piece of paper, the orders are beside. So you can literally, you're not getting distracted with TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, but you have your 15 customer orders printed out, right? You got your highlighter and your pen, and you're following up with them. You're seeing what they love. You're getting them obsessed. And you're going to tell them that if they refer anybody to buy from you as the consultant, that you will give them free Scentsy. Now, it can be whatever. Again, if this goes on YouTube, which I may do another one because my kids have been off the chain, but if this is on YouTube, I want to stress this. This is a personal special. You cannot go on social media and say, hey, if you refer somebody to order from me, you're going to get a free bar. However, you can do whatever you want behind the scenes. You take care of that customer, and it could be a jumbo thing of samples. It could be cotton cleanups that are stacked with a little bow. It could be, and these are all things that you're getting with free and half off product, right? This is how you get these things, but a referral program is everything. Every one of my customers, they know I do a referral program. I just had someone shout me out on social media about gift bundles. Guess what she's getting tomorrow? She's going to get a free bar at her doorstep in a bulb because I didn't pay for it. It was free, and she is literally selling my business for me. Referrals and VIPs will take you so far, okay? So your first goal is to get them right here. Okay. Your first goal is not to, I repeat, get them to join or to host a party. You're going to scare them. I can promise you that, especially if they don't know you. You need to get them obsessed with the product. It was so hard for me today when I was at my customer's house, who's new, selling her some pods I had on hand and giving her a laundry sample and a counter clean sample. It was so hard for me not to blurt out and go, you should join. But I was like, no, Chloe, keep her a VIP. Get her really, really invested. Continue to like help her fall in love with the products and expand products. And then the next time you follow up with her on those products, then you can go to one of these. Okay. So then as you're following up, you're finding out how much they love the products. They're a VIP. They're repping it. They love the samples you're giving them. They want the Willy Wonka collection. They want all the things. So as they become more obsessed, as you sample them more products, as they want more, this is where this comes into play, okay? The host category. How many of you guys struggle with booking parties? Every single one of us. And if you don't say you struggle, you are lying, because every one of us struggles with getting really good home parties, okay? Bag parties, things like that, relational, getting the scents in people's hands. So when you build a VIP, when you build a referral customer, when you build a customer that's following you on social media, that knows all of your accounts. So if you guys look on my Instagram, by the way, that link tree I have in my profile, which link tree is free. Every single one of you needs a link tree. You need to make it super simple for your customers to order. But that link tree, I made it into a QR code that goes on every single mail out I do now. It's just like, connect with me. Here's all the ways you can follow me. And on that link tree, I have my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube channel, because you want to VIP them. You want to hook them in. You want to reel them in. So guys, Linktree is free. Use it. Okay. You can see on mine, I also have, here's Scentsy Club. Here's the scent of the month. Guys, go off with it. It's a great tool. So you're getting them here. Then you're going to mention to them, you can get that laundry care free, right? You can get that half off, girl. We totally should do a little get together. We totally should open you up a shopping link. So personalize it to them. My girl today that I just met up with, she'll be a killer home party host. How do I know? Because I'm being intentional with her. I went to her house. I saw that she's a great hostess. She's already a VIP. So now I'm going to continue to hook her. So when I follow up in a week about her new pods, then I can mention it would be really cool if you got some girls together and I could do what we did at the party you went to and get you some free stuff. Do you see how that is more attractive instead of following up with somebody once and being like, you should buy, you should host, you should join? Lead with the opportunity and default to the product, right? I taught that for years in Scentsy, and it's just not true. If the customer does not know you, they're not going to respond to you. Okay? So you're going to mention to them, you could get this free and half off, right? You're going to figure out what type of party style is going to work for them. Listen, if you're new, understand this. I don't care what your comfort zone is. If your comfort zone is online parties, that does not mean that every customer likes online parties. If somebody told me to do an online party, I would literally die. I'd be like, I am not doing that. But I'll have some girls at my house, or I'll take a grab bag to work because I'm a nurse or whatever. So you need to know what job they work at this point. Before you're here, you need to know about them. You need to find them on social, figure out if they got kids, what their lifestyle is. So you're categorizing when they're in this area. This area is the most important because you're finding out about their life and you're finding out about what they love, or maybe they're an avid dog lover, or maybe maybe they're an animal lover. Then you can direct them to different fundraisers you can do for animals, right? So it's all about getting them here. And I can't stress it enough, but whenever you can get a host, and this is so important, if you can get a host, it is so easy to recruit a host. Why? Because the earn a kit. This is going to make it so much easier for you guys as you get more of this category. So your goal, listen, because you need customer growth. Every single one of you needs to grow your customer base. Your goal is this category, okay? Your goal is VIP or referral, no matter what, or guess what? They may automatically go here, okay? They may automatically go right here, and that's fine. You're going to highlight through that whole line of that person. You're like, they're MIA. If they order again, though, we're going to revisit this list, and maybe I'll do a little check mark because maybe that's just how they are, but they're going to order for me, right? But VIP and referral is what you're going for, because then you want to carry it over into host. If you can carry it over to a host, you can talk about a discounted kit. You can talk about a free kit. You can talk about flipping the orders, right? And then getting paid for that. And so this sounds very cliche and very like, Chloe, we know about this, but are we really doing it? Are we really getting them hooked and taking it over to, you could get that specific product I just sampled you or expanded you to that you love now, the counter clean, the dish soap, whatever it may be. I can get your girlfriends together and we totally can get your stuff free and half off. I would love to do that for you. Let me know if you want to do it this month or next month. Okay. When you have them here, this is easier. The last 2 people I recruited have been host. The last 2, they were host. Okay. And one of their kits was free. This is why, as a new consultant, you have to understand it is so important that it doesn't stop at your launch party. Listen, your launch party is where you book parties. If you are struggling with parties, have your own. I don't care if 2 people come. If you are struggling, you need to get back in the rhythm of seeing people and trying your best to build relationship so you can get those bag parties out, so you can get those grab bags out, so you can get any party style, bingo parties, home parties, so you can get those booked. So once they're in this join category, okay, when you mention it to them, it's very important that you write the date that you mentioned it to them and yes, no, or maybe. So why, in, or in. If it is a hard no, I want you to figure out Okay, if they're a hard no, are they going to stay here? We like that. Like, we like VIP and referral, but if they're a hard no, I really want them here, right? So if they're a hard no, don't give up. Scentsy Club is what's up, you guys. Scentsy Club is incredible. Scentsy Club is a great way to take a VIP to the next level. Okay, so that's another thing now. If you've not read up, and I meant to say this about Earn-A-Kit, if you have not read up on Earn-A-Kit tonight when you get off this call, print off the FAQs for the Earn-A-Kit. Don't go to your sponsor. I want you to find it and I want you to print it. I also want you to find the FAQs for Scentsy Club and I want you to print it because there's so many exclusives. And go to your website, look at the options for Scentsy Club, enroll in a Scentsy Club. Listen to me. We've all said this, but I'm going to say it again. You cannot sell something that you do not do. So if you are not enrolled in Scentsy Club, gift yourself a club for Christmas. I'm not kidding. Start going live with it whenever your orders come in. Okay, start with the whiff box. The whiff box is a great one because then you can get people to want the whiff box. But if you're not using it, it's going to be very hard to take these people right here over here just because they said no here and join. It's going to be very hard to get them into club if you're like, well, it's kind of like this and I think there's referral points and I think there's this. No, tell them they can get bricks. Tell them the bricks are hand poured. Tell them they have only, access products that only clubbers can get. Tell them about Always Get My Bar. But listen, I learned this from Lisa Roberry. Not everybody's going to want to join Scentsy Club for Always Get My Bar. So this is really important because when it comes to categorization of the customer, we also need to categorize club. If they're obsessed with washer whiffs, guys, we need to tell them about getting club with washer whiffs. If they're obsessed with Sunkissed Citrus, we need to talk about the bricks. They probably aren't going to care about the Always Get My Bar. So when you're implementing this is totally customizable to you. Okay. But what I want you guys looking at when you go back 2 months, I want y'all to implement this. By the way, oh, sorry, I missed all these messages. I'm going to go back and read them. I want you to implement this right away. Listen to me. We are not waiting until after the holidays to run a business. You know what strong businesses do? Strong businesses end the year strong. Strong businesses get into place all the things that they want to implement going into the new year, and they work until the very last minute. This is going to build discipline in you. This is going to build character in you. This is going to build momentum. And listen to me when I say Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are 2 days. We do not need to think that the consumer that you are categorizing, that is a referral, that is this, that is that they don't want to order. Monday drops are going to continue to happen. Y'all know this, right? So with LTOs, you're going to have all these, hello, I meant to share this. How cute. Look at the Mardi Gras collection. Look at that, y'all. And I think this is January 1st, right? I think. If my head, that and Bring Back bars are January 1st, right? Am I right, Michelle? Bring Back bars are January 1st. These are January 1st. So when it comes to your business, I'm telling you this, I work with a lot of people. I do a lot of coachings. The hardest and most discouraged consultant is the consultant that puts their business on pause for 3 months. And listen to me. I know that people go through hard times, real times. There are a lot of things going on during the holidays. There are people that are grieving during the holidays. I don't personally have a relationship with my mom. And so the holidays are very hard for me. My sister is schizophrenic and she's in and out of the hospital a lot during the holidays. She actually just got out a week ago. I get it. However, Scentsy is a way for me to live the life, not that I just want to live, but a life that I can leave a legacy to my kids. Scentsy is bigger than my feelings, right? Scentsy is bigger than the things that I'm going through. And it will pass. What you're going through will pass, but what will happen to your business is your business will suffer drastically. And this is why so many people get discouraged with customer follow-up, because you try to go all the way back. You want to go back to January 1st, 2023. Sis, they're already either buying candles or they're ordering from somebody else. Let it go. So 60 days back, and you're going to continue every week you follow up. You're going to continue to print off new sheets and you're going to continue to fill them up. And when you get to a point where you don't have anybody to add, guess what that means? You need to book events. You need to book home parties. You need to book bag parties, because this right here is going to fill up very, very quickly if you are not having parties. So you're going to fill this up and you're going to be like, I don't have any more. I don't know what to do. You're not going to stay on these people. We want to add to this, right? This is ongoing, just like sponsoring. Sponsoring isn't a number of talk to 10 people a month. Sponsoring is a lifestyle. Sponsoring is a category. Sponsoring is that host. I have coached her to have such a bomb party or that event. I literally was coaching somebody the other day. Her name is Beth. I don't know if she's on here, but she had someone join who literally bought a bar from her at an event. And from that bar, she is now, no doubt this girl will be a director. I think her name's Amanda. Anyways, it started with an event. And although Beth only sold a bar to this girl, Beth could categorize her. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? She could categorize her and now be like, okay, she ordered a bar. Let me follow up with her because I got her information at the event. Y'all, we are sleeping on events. There are $10 events you guys can just get to know people, pass out connection cards, pass out little packets so they can know who you are, get their information. You guys, this is a relational business, and we are missing, because it's scary. We are scared to do events because we don't want to hear no and we don't want to sell things. Guys, I've done events where I've sold a bulb before. Okay, me and my stepmom, I don't know if Leah's still on here. Me and my stepmom did an event a few weeks ago and I was about traumatized. I'm not going to lie to you. It traumatized me. But good can come out of every single thing you do. If you put yourself out there, your business will grow. So with this customer categorization, what I'm going to leave it at is this. Number one, just start now. Please listen to me. Get consistent with your customer follow-ups. Get consistent with where they're at. And listen, don't resurrect the dead. It's okay. They can, if they're on social, they'll see you on social. If they get your emails, they can get your emails. This is about who in the last 60 days has bought from you and how can you follow up with them in a way that you're like, okay, VIP, are they going to be a VIP or a referral? Or I even have another section, the love brag tag, which is here. I didn't go over that. What love brag tag is where when you're reaching out to them, you can tell them, hey, if you share your order on social media and tag me, I'll give you a free goodie. It could be cotton cleanups or a scent circle. Those are my go-tos. Like if I give somebody a gift that does that. But love brag tag means, do they love the product? Please brag. If you do, please brag on me and tag me on social, because then they are giving you a whole other avenue of customers without a party, right? So that's actually a super important category. And as you build relationship with your customers, they will do that. Most customers, by the way, they're not going to love brag tag the first time, right? Most of them won't, from my experience. But as you continue to make them a VIP, see, now y'all are getting it. You're understanding the categorization. As you make them a VIP, now they're moving over to VIP. Now you can go ahead and be like, girl, when you get your Christmas bundles, will you give me a little shout out? Or if they know that you do a referral program, which the girl that shared her stuff for me today knows that, she knew that I didn't even have to ask her that. It becomes almost automated because your customers know what you offer. And love brag tag. So this is something that we've been doing for forever. I actually created that term probably like 8 years ago, but you can put love brag tag on a postcard and put it in your happy mail. But why I stopped doing those is because I found it most effective just to say it to the consumer directly. I don't need that to be on a tag. I don't need that to be on a postcard. I need to tell them that when I share my link tree, which has my socials, I'm getting them on social first, right? With that initial contact, that follow up, and you can send them your QR code of your link tree when you're following up. But with this categorization, this is really going to help you guys feel clear. This is going to help you understand what to do with the customer, where to place the customer, what customers to let go. It's okay, you guys, if a customer doesn't want to order again. It's okay if a customer doesn't respond. You've got to let it go. It used to really hurt my feelings a long time ago. I used to be like, why are they not responding? I just sent them like $2.80 worth of mail. But what I had to learn was, okay, Chloe, well, how are you in control of that? Because if you keep repeating the same cycle and you keep trying to send them stuff and you keep trying to make them want to respond, they don't want to respond. But guess what? The time will tell if they reorder. Then you'll know, oh, they just don't like to talk like that, right? Or they don't want to They just don't want Happy Mail, but they're reordering. I had a customer the other day. Who literally told me, she was like, I don't like glitter. I don't send glitter in my mail. And you know what I said? Look, I always send glitter in my mail. If you don't like it, like, you don't have to get mail. Do you not want Happy Mail? Because it gets to a point where if you don't like, that's who I am. Like, I put glitter in my mail. Y'all know that if you've gotten mail from me. So it comes to a point where I could have been mad about that and been like, how dare her? Or just been like, okay, that's totally fine. Do you want to get Happy Mail from me or not? Because I don't have to send it to you. So once you can get to that point in your business where, and with my customers, by the way, I don't do a lot. I just do like a little, because I don't do them like I do y'all. I just know y'all love me and y'all don't care. But you've got to figure out where to place these customers. And listen, once you get repetitive with this, and once you're doing your events or your fundraisers, every customer matters, y'all. Adding 5 customers to this a week would be a game changer in your business. That's 20 a month. Even listen, adding 10 new customers a month would be a game changer in your business. But what's going to do that is you getting out in your community, being brave. Stop thinking Scentsy consultants have all these events and fundraisers, because they don't. Stop thinking Scentsy consultants are making samples and bringing them to daycare, bringing them to doctor's appointments, bringing them to the chiropractor. They're not. Stop thinking that people don't want to refer you. They do. And guess what? Referrals, love brag tags, those are free things that your customers can do, but it's going to happen when you're building relationship with them, when you're finding them on social. That's why I always say, like, and y'all know this, I don't know if y'all don't, you're about to find out. I don't follow a lot of Scentsy consultants because I need to see my customers. I need to see what my customers are doing on Instagram and Facebook so I can see, do they have dogs, a kid? Are they single? Are they a teacher? Are they a nurse? Do they work from home? The girl today I met, she works from home. She's going to be killer when she's a consultant. She just doesn't know it yet. Right now, I've got to create a VIP, let her have a rockin' holiday, right? And then we're going to go into host in January. So anyways, I'll be done in a minute. So anyways, this customer categorization, I want you guys, whenever you go in and whenever you click on the Canva, if there's things that you want to take off or move around, do it. Listen, this business is not a one size fits all. There is not one particular way to follow up. There's not one particular way to party, right? There's not one particular way to have conversation. But one thing is for sure, if you don't know where your customers fit, they're going to get all this at one time. Or say you're just doing follow-up, but you know you haven't sponsored anyone. If you haven't categorized those customers, you're going to go on a tangent and try to sponsor all these people. We've all been there. You're going to try to sponsor them all, and you're going to freak these people out that are VIPs and referrals, and they're not going to want to buy again. And this is so important. But if you know, if there's, let's say on here, if you're following up and you have your VIPs, right? And they're a VIP, that's somebody, if I have them checked as a VIP and I have a free earn a kit or a discounted kit, that's who I'm going to offer it to. I'm not going to offer it to Janice, who bought one time and is MIA, right? You're going to offer it to the person that's already a VIP. You're going to offer it to the person that already is referring your name, that is sharing your business, that is doing what you do as a consultant. So when you text them, you can say, look, you would have made this much, right? Y'all all know that, the little cards you can do where you write their potential commission. Stop writing it and tell them. Stop putting stuff on postcards and have conversations with your customers, because then you can say, hey, look, I calculated, girl, this year how much you would have made in 2023. And this is a great way y'all can follow up. I've calculated you would have made $300 this year, girl, $300. And listen, it would be crazy if I didn't tell you this, but you totally could get paid off your orders or your club. Clubbers are another one you can go after, right, to join. But I just wanted to give you guys a kind of a new direction you can go to in 2024 as you guys are booking parties, as you guys are, expanding your knowledge on events, and you're being brave and you're booking fundraisers. Listen, if you want to go big in Scentsy, this is my advice. You book every single different kind of way to sell and build relationship as you can. You book that event. You book that fundraiser. You get that bag party booked. You go over and you sell one-on-one to the customer. You get that home party booked. You do every avenue because you have no idea. Just because it's your preference doesn't mean that's where your business is going to grow. Actually, this business doesn't grow in our preference. This business grows out of our comfort zone, right? And what's important for this sheet is this is going to hold you accountable. And I'm going to be doing it with you guys. I'm going to be filling these out on Monday. And things may change, and I'll share on the leadership page and how I'm working, what I'm changing or what I'm adding or what's working. But I know this for a fact. This is going to help you feel so much more clear, like I already said, and also accomplished, because you're going to know what that customer likes. If they don't want to join, or if they've already made a comment about it, or right, or if they're gung-ho, like they don't want a monthly auto ship program, you're not going to go there with them, right? You're going to move to the referrals. You're going to keep them a VIP, maybe a little host action, right? So, anyways, I'm going to open it up and see if you guys have any questions, for me. I'm going to put it on here. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I am so sorry that my kids were kind of acting out a little bit. But we are about to go to Christmas Town, so I think they're just living their life. I'm going back and reading some questions. Oh, Beth is on. I used you as an example. It was a great one, though. I mean, literally, y'all, she sold one bar to this girl at the event. She bought one bar, but because of the follow-up, she knew how to categorize her, and now she's a killer consultant in our organization. It's that simple. You got to put yourself out there. Scentsy makes a report for how much commission they would have made. I'm dead. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. That is about to be the first thing I do when I make my list. Y'all, that is so great. I had no idea. The more you know. All right. Do y'all have any other questions for me? Like I said, I'm going to post this on the pages. I'm going to make sure y'all have access to it. If I do post this on YouTube, it's going to also be in the comments. But guys, listen, if you follow me, if you are not motivated, please follow me on Instagram. Please look at my stories. Please look at how I'm being consistent. I'm not kidding. If you need that push, follow other Scentsy consultants that are rocking it and look at how they're working. We are not giving up because it's not October. Do y'all hear me? It's okay that it's not October. Okay? December doesn't have to be the craziest month ever, but what December needs to be is consistent. Because January is bring back bars, and that means parties. That means follow-up. That means Scentsy clubbers, but you're not going to get them if you're throwing up Scentsy Club on everybody in January and you don't know which ones to put in club. If you don't know their favorite products, if it's not a bar, like you can talk about other favorite products. If it is their favorite bar, you could spend this month finding out and following up with your customers on what their favorite scent is right now. Not for January, but for February, because we're going to have discontinued stuff going into March. So this customer categorization is going to help you guys significantly know when that month comes, this is what you're going to follow up with them on. When you have an Earn-A-Kit, this is who you're going to reach out to about the Earn-A-Kit. And it's going to help you feel like you are not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, because you know exactly where they fit. You know exactly when you're doing follow-ups, who you're going to share the Earn-A-Kit with, who you're going to share LTO scents with, because they are people who are obsessed with LTO scents. And you know who I love to share LTO scents with when I make felt samples? Clubbers. Because clubbers are easy, because they already have a club and I can share these with them. So if you're not making samples of LTO bars, I really want to encourage you to do that. I want to encourage you. You can always do a split with another consultant. Okay, especially when it comes, I have so much talk to you about the kids. Brody's grounded. I have now I lost my train of thought. Bring back bars. If you don't want to buy the whole set of bring back bars, I know it's expensive. Find somebody in our community on How I'm Working, on Anchored Scents, on Anchored Together. Get a bar of each scent. Make felt samples. Smell those cubes when they come in live. The bring back bars that are coming out, by the way, in January, it's the best lineup I've ever seen. You know why? Because we've never had like 75% of them, and I like that. Okay? 75% of those bars have never been smelled by a lot of your customers. So this is dynamite for you guys. So do the splits, okay? Get a bring back bar split. Okay, I know some of y'all got on mine, but I only bought one set. But do the split so you can get the cubes. Smell the scents. baby steps. Tell your customers your favorite scent. Don't just send them the bring back bar flyer in January and be like, hey, which one would you like? No, when you get those cubes from whoever you do a split from, okay, you can make multiple little samples. You can melt them in testers, or you can make a bunch of felt, or you can just have the bag and you can bring it to customers to get them to smell those scents. Hustle your business, be intentional, know what Scentsy's releasing in the consultant calendar, you guys. Know what's coming up. There's so many LTOs that are coming every single week, right? They release them every Thursday. Y'all know this in the news tab every Thursday. There's new LTOs. Be intentional. Map out how you want to party, how you're going to share it with people, how you're going to sell, what that's going to look like for you. And yeah, falling leaves, Debbie, like that's an awesome scent. Hasn't been back for forever. There's so many. And so I am so proud of you guys. I know that, you know, there's the hustle and bustle of the holidays, but guys, also pay it forward and be kind. Like if you have a customer that you know is struggling, like send them a scent pack, a scent circle, drop them off like some cotton cleanups with a card at their door. Kindness, listen to me. We live in a world that is so unkind now. And I know, again, I'm going to go back to, I know that the holidays can be a hard season for a lot of us, but be different. Push through your thoughts, because you're going to feel so much joy when you get those customers that are excited, when you start actually working your business like a business and you categorize these customers. You know, when you think about it, guys, it's like at schools, at any business, different people have different job titles. Everybody's not doing the same thing, right? So every customer is not going to be the same way. They're not going to want the same things. They're not going to tick the same way. And so I'm just so proud of you guys. I'm really excited to end this year super strong, start our vision for 2024. Me and my stepmom have some really fun plans for you guys that we're going to be doing with that, with locals and non-locals. But you know, this is your time. Hard seasons build strong business owners. I don't care if you're essential or if you're a superstar director. The easy seasons don't build you. Octobers don't build leaders. Decembers do. Octobers don't build business owners. Decembers and Januaries do. Okay. Your business is only slow if you say it's slow. I'm so glad you said that, Carrie. World tour. So we're going to end it here because that was perfect. World tour is in February. There are multiple locations. Listen to me. Please go to World Tour. Listen to Chloe Cox. Your business will change. Your life will change. I get to squeeze you and hug you and meet you and celebrate you. Guys, listen to me. Leaders are born at events. Scentsy has said this since the beginning of time, and it is the truest thing ever. And if you're on here right now and you are a leader, which most people on here are going to be leaders who have been to a Scentsy event, because you leave that event, you're ignited, you're ready. It's the community. And Scentsy is so different, and Anchored Scents is so different. And so please listen to me. You have until December 31st. Make it a pact to go to World Tour. Make it a pact. Sell product on hand. I don't care what you got to do to get the money for World Tour. You need to go, because it will change your business. I'll be at the Fayetteville location. So anybody in Fayetteville, I'll see you there. But listen to me, like, this is just one of those check boxes that has to be done. If you want to grow your business, you've got to go to World Tour. And listen, you know what you don't want? You don't want to have a crappy business going into World Tour. Wouldn't it be so much better to have a business that's on the up, that you're consistent with, that you have parties booked in January and February, because February's transition month? Wouldn't it be great to go to World Tour and have your business together? That's a great feeling when you go to a Scentsy event and your business is together, right? And y'all are nodding your head because you know it's true. Because what we're not going to freaking do is go and start comparing ourselves to everybody else. We're going to put our head down. We're going to fill out our customers the last 2 months. We're going to see where we need to grow, and we're going to see where we need to go. And we're going to book the events. We're going to book the sip-in shops. We're going to book the home parties, the grab bags, the online events. We're going to do it all, because our goal is not just to be good consultants, it's to be great ones. And that's my goal with you guys, is to help you understand how to be great consultants. The story I'll leave you with is a story about my dad. So my dad was a service advisor for like ever, or he managed people and did those kinds of things. But when I would see him interact, like when I would walk into his work, because I'd always have to wait for him to be done with customers, I would see him talk to one customer another way. Then he would answer the phone and talk to that customer a different way. Then he would say, hang on 1 minute. And then he would talk to the other customer again. That customer would be good. He would make sure they were good. Then the next customer would come up and the same thing. Every customer was completely different. So why in the world are we saying that we need to tell every customer to join? We are scaring them, you guys. Real talk. Y'all know it's not a one size fits all. And listen, I know it's frustrating. Patience is a virtue, though. We got to build the VIPers. We got to build the referrals. We got to really build these people up so they can believe in their dang selves and see that they could even host a party, to see that they could even do what we do. Because it's scary for them. A lot of them, it's scary. And a lot of them, they've never had anybody follow up with them. So they think it's sketchy. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those two things. So we have to build the relationship. We need to be consistent. Let's end the year super strong. We're going to do another Zoom like this right before the New Year's, because I'm not playing that game with y'all. So we're going to do an end of year Zoom to celebrate everybody, talk about end of year goals, do that kind of thing. So stay tuned for that. But I'm just so grateful for all of you that were on tonight.